What's up guys, my name is Guillaume, this is Thomann's Guitars and Basses, and in today's episode of Hit the Tone, we talk about the song Walk by Foo Fighters. Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all having a great day today. Welcome to Hit the Tone on Thoman's Guitars and Basses, and in this week's episode we're going to cover the song Walk by Foo Fighters, starting with the guitar setup. And the cool thing about Foo Fighters is that we have 3 guitar players to choose from, so basically any guitar will do. Not really, I'm just joking. Let's just say that we have to stay in the ballpark of humbuckers, because Dave Grohl does play 335 style guitars. Chris Shiflett will have his Telecasters with recently P90s. If you're interested in his gear, I got the chance to interview him last year and it was awesome, and the video will be linked somewhere. But up until recently it was just Telecasters with humbuckers, some Les Pauls, same for Pat. I think that as long as you stay in a humbucker territory, you'll be fine. I chose to use this Epiphone 335, the newer models, just because it's gorgeous. And I love it, and I love the flame on it. It's kind of crazy. And it's got humbuckers, so I think it'll be a good fit. Let's talk about our amp and pedal setup. And now again, it's a little bit of a mix and match because they've been using a lot of custom-made amplifiers, but relatively all in the same ballpark, Marshall-esque type of thing. Again, unless you count Chris Shiflett's Vox setup, but then again, they're not alone. He uses them with Friedman, which are modified Marshall type, so, you know. But mostly in the Marshall sort of area of amplification, a lot gainier than what I've got going on today, definitely. We're talking more JCM 800 and that sort of stuff. That being said, the MK2 Studio that I've got now is definitely good enough for that kind of pushed clean sound. If you want more gain, you can always either add a pedal to that or just go for the JCM 800 sort of vibe. Those will do pretty much anything from, you know, clean-ish, Foo Fighters clean-ish, to high gain, basically. So I'll be using that amp today, and I'll be pairing it with 3 pedals. Oh my God, 3 pedals. The DC Drive by Carl Martin, which is a really, really great plexi, boosted plexi, I want to say, kind of overdrive distortion, but it does a lot to sort of lift the guitar sound, just add a little bit of grit, and I think it fits really nicely with that intro. I'll be using the Echoplex Delay by MXR because delay, and that one is a great one, as well as the Reverb by Fender on the reverb side. There's quite a bit of reverb and delay on that intro, on that part of the intro, obviously. So yeah, those will be my pedals for the day. I'll start playing with just the amp and the reverb, and then I'll add the delay and the DC drive so that you guys can hear the difference. I'm obviously really, really happy with that sound. I think it's a really good setup. Again, it's not going to work for everything Foo Fighters, mostly in terms of gain structure. You're going to need a lot more than that to go into even just the chorus for that song, really. But if you have a good boosted plexi type pedal like the DC Drive, you can easily go up there, and otherwise, again, a different choice of Marshall while staying sort of in the Marshall ballpark will probably be wise. But I'm really digging this. Let's go on to the final part of the video, which as usual is the most important, and is how to play the lick. Now for this part, your guitar is going to be tuned in E standard, no drop tuning, nothing of the sort. Let's just have a closer look at how to play the lick exactly. And I think it's a lot trickier than it looks because it can be played in different places, right? So I've seen both played on the top 3 strings as well as starting on the D string right there and just being played on those 3. It's absolutely valid. They sound maybe a little bit different, but I don't think that's the main sort of, you know, reason why you would be you'd be playing it in one place or another. But those are just triads, fairly standard, nothing too fancy. But there's quite a bit of back and forth, and I love the way that they played on like going back to the high E string to finish that particular triad, and then just slightly changing before going back up to the root. There's quite a lot going into that riff and that progression. I really, really like it. If you decide to do play it like I think it's been played, so on the top 3 strings like I just showed you guys, it might be a little bit of a stretch too. If you have small hands like I do, some positions like this one is not particularly comfortable, so it obviously forces you to play with your pinky first. So if you're an absolute beginner and you're not used to doing that, that might be a bit complicated. So as usual, I'd suggest just working the different positions, making sure you get those right, and then start working into the transitioning between the positions to make sure that that stays clean as well. Because with that much delay and reverb, the slightest mistake or scraping or whatnot is definitely going to come through. So yeah, not as easy as it probably sounds. But with that said, I think that's it, guys. You have all the tools you need to hit the tone on the song Walk by Foo Fighters. As usual, I hope that episode was useful. I hope that maybe you learned a thing or two today. And if so, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out on what's coming next, because it very well could be about your song. Just let me know in the comments which one you want me to cover, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, wish you all a fantastic week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.